Wake up, good morning, as I'm yawning. Check my phone, it's only 2 a.m. Thoughts bubble like a cauldron. Feeling the tonin drip from my pineal gland. Activating my mitochondrial DNA strands. Stimulating my chakras like a camera captures. I did foresee the rapture. Stones falling in Turkey like rain from the sky. My farmer shoveling thousands of bees that died from radioactive waves from cell phone towers. As niggas babble and debate falsehood for hours. No PhD, but they call themselves doctors. We living in the time of false prophets. When we hear them speak, got the feeling awkward. It's like they speak a language I don't understand or talk with. Their tongues fork like utensils, and they stay playing with your mental. What up, X? Yo. YouTube trolls catch my scimitar blade and turn snitch. Your man is your dog and your homegirl a bitch. Inquisition lies turn high priestess to witch. Burned at the stake, cooked like fish Escovitch. COINTELPRO are not pros but rookies. TikTok program makes young girls shake their cookies. Transgenders wanna be called proper pronouns. D-Wade's son turned daughter, pawn of the order. Used for the rituals, niggas wearing capris. Slam dunk champ shorts are way above his knees. By yourself with 3 masks on, that's a disease. Most of y'all are crack fiends for vaccines. Giving passes to perv clones like Weinstein. While in your favorite actor had property on Epstein Island. Hollywood Kazaj, tribe of 13 wizards. Blowing lies make visibility pour like blizzards. With sins greater than 55 miles per hour, stupidity will surely get your minds devoured. Using your soul to quench the thirst of diabolic devils, then ignorance will rise past hyperbolic levels. Are you thinking, or is your mind controlled? Are you blinking, or is your first eye closed? Will you think and save yourself or fall victim? Will you fight back or keep getting your face kicked in? Are you thinking, or is your mind controlled? Are you blinking, or is your first eye closed? Will you think and save yourself or fall victim? Will you fight back or keep getting your face kicked in?
I put your head on the water and show you what's important. You need ear, of course, and more will appear. Anywhere I stand, Morocco is there. So no matter where I stand, my rights will be clear. The law of the land, signed by the air. The true air. Ownership, caught up in color, you disown the ship. A black star with black people in it. Ship gone your way before Julie boarded it. That's a smart plan by some hybrids. But the birds still fly with a message. A flag of culture, heritage. American Republic. Feeling like Carthage. You driving cars, I'm riding elephants. You're thinking nothing relevant. Black before every statement, you're an agent. Need I say more? I'm in 7-Eleven. You're thinking corner stores. Human rights declared, but how they corner yours?
Are you thinking, or is your mind controlled? Are you blinking, or is your first eye closed? Will you think and save yourself or fall victim? Will you fight back or keep getting your face kicked in? Are you thinking, or is your mind controlled? Are you blinking, or is your first eye closed? Will you think and save yourself or fall victim? Will you fight back or keep getting your face kicked in?
Common sense was made before book sense. Canaanland Moors presents Common Sense Quick.
Legendary, bury me in the North Gate Cemetery, February the 4th days. Son of Mary, day ahead of my born day. Independence and law makes civil a lost case. With case laws, we break them down like Jericho. Keeping all my lions tamed, I'm Chris Jericho. I'll keep a mask on deck, I'm Rey Mysterio. Fake pandemics announced over the radio. Annoyed with the game, the joys and the pains. I'm Rob Bass, mixing with rock the hard way. I was in a lost state. Prophets told me, yo, up right, brought me to a lost gate. Cooking like I'm Sorbet, repping like I'm Denzel. Malcolm X, Deja Vu, Roman J. Israel. Had no but I lay in plain sight, but people still can't see it, so the snake's still showing up. Stakes still high, so the rate's still going up. Warriors of the North Gate, we not slowing up. Born in the manger, sworn to be savior. Walk through the valley of the shadows of the death dip in slavery. Looking for life, the book of Genesis. Astral plane entrances, invoke the nemesis. Abstract images of past lives kicking in. Danger, running for your life, finish him.
Moorish Omar, key man or oracle, using Trinity powers, decipher allegorical, lost and metaphorical, holy books are metaphysic, facts slap a dirty more or a Drew Ali critic, calling him Thomas or Walter and get your face caved, or cut like a close shave, drowned in my brainwaves, squashed by heat waves, activating Kundalini, Abyssinia invaded by Mussolini, Selassie I in exile, reptile in Genesis, niggas appearing real, all I see is false evidence, VAR feminists, stomped on by elephants, more like go prejudice but want Moorish benefits, when you feel the pole magnetic resonance, apis horns of the sacred book all maleficent, great cosmic mothers, return to blessedness, no pestilence, ace all the testaments, tap into remembrance, never to forget again, use energy right, not put spell effects on men.
Sense was made before book sense. Canaanland Moors presents Common Sense Quick.
Legendary, bury me in the North Gates Cemetery, February the 4th days. Son of Mary, day ahead of my born day. Independence and law makes it a little of a lost case. With case laws, we break them down like Jericho. Keeping all my lions tamed, I'm Chris Jericho. Or keep a mask on deck, I'm Rey Mysterio. Fake pandemics announced over the radio. Annoyed with the game, the joys and the pains. I'm Rob Bass, mixing with rock the hard way. I was in a lost state. Prophets told me up right, brought me to a lost gate. Cooking like I'm Sorbet, repping like I'm Denzel. Malcolm X, Deja Vu, Roman J. Israel. Had no but I lay in plain sight, but people still can't see it, so the snake's still showing up. Stakes still high, so the rate's still going up. Warriors of the North Gate, we not slowing up. Born in the manger, sworn to be savior. Walk through the valley of the shadows of the death dip in slavery. Looking for life, the book of Genesis. Astral plane entrances, invoke the nemesis. Abstract images of past lives kicking in. Danger, running for your life, finish him.
Moorish Omar, key man or oracle, using Trinity powers, decipher allegorical, lost and metaphorical, holy books are metaphysic, facts slap a dirty more or a Drew Ali critic, calling him Thomas or Walter and get your face caved, or cut like a close shave, drowned in my brainwaves, squashed by heat waves, activating Kundalini, Abyssinia invaded by Mussolini, Selassie I in exile, reptile in Genesis, niggas appearing real, all I see is false evidence, VAR feminists, stomped on by elephants, more like go prejudice but want Moorish benefits, when you feel the pole magnetic resonance, apis horns of the sacred book all maleficent, great cosmic mothers, return to blessedness, no pestilence, ace all the testaments, tap into remembrance, never to forget again, use energy right, not put spell effects on men, wandering the earth plane with no they live shades, keeps you a mental slave as the horizon fades, it's been decades since Christian crusades, not enough rebellions, too many vigil bouquets, holding on to the fence, burning on doomsday, war ruled by Mars, it might be on a Tuesday.
Canaanland Moors presents Common Sense Quick. What we do here is we add some common sense thinking to everyday situations or comments that may arise. Want to give it a try?
These Moors trying to bring something back. Trying to bring something back. Honors to all the Moors worldwide. I couldn't find the time to find a picture of the Prophet, so it hit me. Just show this one and then we could talk about this. So there's a movie that Denzel Washington was in called Roman J. Israel. BS. Movie flop. Tanked. Movie tanked. Right? And I go see that because, our people don't care about law and all that stuff. They don't care about that. So, because they don't care about that,
You watch the movie. Right? Just because it's a law movie, you know what I mean? Israel is in there. You know, so just watch the movie. The movie was all right. It was an all right movie. It was an all right movie. So, whether it was an email or whatever, but Amar reached out like, hey, did you see Roman J. Israel? Yeah. Did you see Noble Drew Ali on the fridge? Like, what? What are you talking about? Noble Drew Ali's on the fridge. No way. Noble Drew Ali, he's in the movie? Nah. You go back and watch this movie. Go back and watch the movie. Missed the thing probably 5 times. 5 times missed it. You know? 5 times missed it. So, Roman J. Israel has Noble Drew Ali on the fridge. Now, Denzel's in this movie, and then we always talk about, you know, his name Denzel, and then he's Washington, which is Washita, which is the Moors. I mean, there's videos of him talking about El Ruckins and all that stuff and whatever. So, you know, him paying for certain people to go to school and stuff like that. You know, the Asiatic brother, helping out his brother, you know. You know what I mean? Been with his wife, you know, 500 years and stuff like that. You know, playing BS with the industry because he's a famous guy and all that. You know? And then Roman J. Israel. And then Brother Kasir gave you the good ones, you know. Malcolm X, Deja Vu. Right? Because you know those ones are serious. If you haven't seen those ones, you better go back and see those ones. The Malcolm X movie with Denzel, when he was El Hajj for real. Like he actually was El Hajj. Like he was El Hajj come again. But we'll talk about Roman J. Israel. We'll deal with that another day. And in Deja Vu, well, we're not even gonna give you any explanation. You just go watch Deja Vu if you never watched it. And if you did watch it, go watch it again. Because you missed something. I bet you missed stuff in there. Right? So Noble Drew Ali's on the fridge in the Roman J. Israel. Right? All these Moor haters. All these Moor haters all over the world making up fake pages saying that they're Moors, talking crazy, trying to cause confusion. Putting out whatever they're putting out, lying on Moors, lying on the Moorish nation, lying on Moorish nationality, lying on Moorish everything. All these people who have something to say about Moors and want to make it seem like this is some cult or, you know what I mean, some sovereign citizen try to evade taxes, don't need a license thing. Make you think that this is a flop. Well, guess what? Roman J. Israel flopped. But Noble Drew Ali was on the fridge, though. Just keep in mind that Noble Drew Ali was on the fridge. How much times you go to a fridge? Think about how much times you pass the fridge in a day. The fridge that you got. How much times do you actually look at that? And then think about the writing the script and putting this in there. Oh yeah, on the fridge, we're going to have a picture of Noble Drew Ali on the fridge. I wanted to be at that meeting. That's the meeting I wanted to be at. The meeting when whoever said, hey, you know what would be a good idea? Why don't we put a picture of Noble Drew Ali on the fridge? You know Noble Drew Ali is to be in a Denzel Washington movie? Because Denzel not a flop. So even though the movie flop, Denzel's not a flop, right? Oh, you'd never say that he's a flop. Never. But he's playing this lawyer guy named Roman J. Israel. And Roman J. Israel has Noble Drew Ali on the fridge. And Israel is the Hebrew stuff, and the Hebrew people are going to try to tell you that they're not Moors. When Israel, Isis, Ra, Elohim, the Holy Trinity, you keep playing games like people can give you what's up. You know the Holy Trinity? Yeah, that's Israel. Isn't that some place over there you see some Jews saying that the homeland and the homeland of the, and go to walls and all that stuff, playing games, looking at some book or whatever like that. When you're the book, you're looking at a book to get you the stuff that you need to save yourself. Didn't the book tell you this within? Even the book told you. Well, you already know that already. But never forget, Denzel Washington had Noble Drew Ali on the fridge. Because he had to obviously be down with it, right? He's not going to be in the movie. And then he's a Noble Drew Ali hater. But Noble Drew Ali's on the fridge. And then I wonder how many takes they did that he had to actually have Noble Drew Ali on the fridge watching him walk by the fridge. How much times did they do this take? How much times did they do the take? To make sure that Noble Drew Ali was on the fridge and it's visible for those who have eyes to see. Remember, I didn't have eyes. Seen this movie many times because it's a law movie and Moors deal with law. There's not even nothing like, this is what it is. Moors deal with law. And it's a law movie. Well, why wouldn't Moors be on it? But then to go watch it now and then, hold on a second, Noble Drew Ali's on the fridge in this law movie? With Denzel, one of the greatest ones ever, that no one could say anything about. He sucks or anything like that. No one. No one could say anything about Denzel Washington. Nothing. Zero. They have no talk whatsoever. Not because Moors say so. That's just his status off the top. So if that's his status off the top and he wanted to be in the Noble Drew Ali movie, obviously this movie is about Noble Drew Ali. If his name's Roman J. Israel, and L is a Moorish title of nobility, and then the movie is about law, and then he has Noble Drew Ali on the fridge, what do you... He's not telling you something? We'll talk about this for an hour if we have to. You really want to know. Noble Drew Ali's on the fridge in a movie with Denzel Washington. This is the Noble Drew Ali movie. All the Moors been waiting for. I wish we had the Prophet so we can say have the audio of the Prophet, because if we have the audio of the Prophet, then we're going to be... Yeah, that would be great. That would be great. To hear the audio, just like you hear the Haile Selassie audio and the Garvey audio and Hitler audio and, you know, Benjamin audio, you know. But we don't have that. So we'll take the movie with the Moor acting as the Moor, and it has Noble Drew Ali on the fridge. And then it went over everybody's head. And then you want to know why your conditions suck. Because what more you want? How much more do they have to give it to you? How much more do they have to give it to you? Right? We might as well just talk about it. Might as well talk about it. So remember when the comedian guys, the comedian radio show guys had their little stuff about the Fez. And Corey Holcomb dissing the Fez and people laughing and making a mockery of the Fez. And then Moore came on there talking about the Phoenix Moors and the Dragon Moors. And this is how it started off. This was the guy coming in on the horse. It was, oh, he's dexterous in the horse. Did some spins on the seat and stuff like that. Had people going off like, oh, like the Moors who were on it, the Moors who were on like Moors who were on the occult side, Moors who were, you know, in that realm. Green 5-point star upside down realm. This was a big deal to them. Because you know that in the literature, what it tells you the dragon is. So the dragon is the lower self Moors. Because I'm going with what Drew Ali said. I don't care what any of these people say. Drew Ali told the Moors a 101 questionnaire and stuff like that. Satan, all his names and all that. And that's the lower self. The higher self Moors are the Phoenix Moors. The high road Moors are the Phoenix Moors. The Moors who literally rose out the ashes because they had reached the lowest low. And the only thing that saved them is Moorish nationality and birthrights. The only thing that made them save their heir from getting kidnapped from some whatever was nationality and birthrights. The only thing that saved them from going off the cliff was looking at the picture of Noble Drew Ali and all of a sudden the brakes work. So the Moors who reach the lowest low and know what this is, for real, are the quote-unquote Phoenix Moors. This was the mindset that the metaphysic Moors are looking at it. The Moors who've been studying under Lehman, Delbert Blair, Bobby Hemmett, C. Freeman L. and all that. This is the new age he might be the man. I mean, he might be the one. Because really, that's what it is. There's the Moors over there who's doing all the BS or whatever, causing confusion. And then the Moors who are. There's the believing Moors. Then there's the being Moors. Was the mindset of it. And then you go on Canaanland Moors and look up, Corey Holcomb and stuff like that, and you see that we put out our little stuff on his BS, trying to diss the Fez. All these Moorish Science Temple of America people and whoever else said nothing. Just let these people talk crazy about the Fez. Right. But, the Moor was coming to the defense of the Moors. We're like, yeah, about time. About time somebody say something. They let somebody get on and they actually said something. They actually said something real. Like, yeah, we could ride with this one. So, talking to these Moors talking about, well, I'm looking at, my nationality and whatever. And these are the two that I'm thinking of going with to do the thing, to be a Moor or whatever. Right? Now I already know that they're lost. I already know that they're lost. Because first thing we tell people, rvbaypublications.com, stay there for a year. I don't care what you find out. Put that somewhere else. Save that. Put that on a junk drive for later. You go on RV Bay Publications for a year and get your foundation. But don't go doing anything other than that. But mind you, you got a right to do whatever you want to do. So if you want to go over there, spend $5,000, hey, do your thing. I never sent you there. You chose to go over there because I already told you where to go. So, Moore sends these two things, and it didn't hit at first because they sent me the knowledge shop because they were trying to show me about the affidavit of truth and status, 400 notes. All right, okay, well, let's see. So this is immediately where my mindset went, right? Okay, so another one? Like somebody else? Like I never seen this one before. Never seen this one before. And I'm just thinking that it's another package seller guy. This is just what's out there. You know what I mean? Another pop-up. It wasn't until I went and said, who is this anyways? Who is this? Who is this? And then I get up to the top here and I'm seeing real Nagas on it. Real Nagas, that's the Dragon Moors, Phoenix Moors guy. What do you mean the Dragon Moor, Phoenix Moors guy has a package to sell you for 400? What are you talking about? No way. So go up there and go into all this stuff. You know what I mean? They got their book there for 200 and the public official bonds book, the police stop law package, know your rights manual, And I'm like, yeah, that's the guy. That's the Dragon Moors guy. Hold on a second. Wasn't the Dragon Moors guy on Dr. G and Official House of Reawakening and all that stuff? Wasn't this guy in there? Hold on a second now. What's going on here? So, when I go check the record, whatever, it's like, oh, okay, so, well, if this was that long ago, like, how long has the package selling thing been going since Dragon Moor guy's been on the platform? Did they know all the time? But I mean, how could they be doing such criminal stuff, selling birthrights and then promoting people who sell birthrights when they have the master teacher up there every other Friday or whatever? And then everybody else I see on there is just some guy, some lady coming to talk about some stuff. They ain't nothing Moorish. They ain't nothing to do with Moorish customs, culture, nothing like that. Just regular Negro stuff. Just black guy stuff. Now, when did it switch from the history of the Moors to the Dragon Moors and the Phoenix Moors to, we're talking about rights and sell packages for 400? When did the switch happen? Because there's definitely a switch. Hands down, there's a switch. Just like we see with certain people that used to talk about constitutional rights of whatever like that, the Europeans telling the truth and all that stuff, and then they switch, and now they're telling you that Moors are domestic terrorists for exercising their rights. Same thing that he switched. It was just a different switch. Right? Switch like change, or switch like flick on the thing. It's about to be on. Flick the switch. So we want to really be critical. We want to be critical because they're out to play you. Right? Constitutional rights card, know your rights manual package, 30 notes. Qualified immunity notice. Qualified immunity package. Police stop flashcards. These are Moors, keep in mind. These are Moors who Official House of Reawakening mine and all that stuff, and you go on there to go get your knowledge yourself. This is where they're at with it. Promoting this foolery. Right? Flashcard 1 is 29 notes. Flashcard 2 is 29 notes. But flashcards 1 and 2, 55. God classes. God classes. God classes. Transitive verb classes. Do you have intransitive verb classes as a Moor? What's that? How is it? That Moors are teaching you how to be a verb. Moors are teaching you how to be a verb for 2 classes for 25 notes. Feel sorry for you newly awakened people. You better go to rvbaypublications.com and you better have a true Moor in your back pocket. That's not going to play you. Status classes. You don't. Somebody can't teach you about status. They can't teach you about status. Real Nagas status class, the sovereign citizen movement. What is that? What is sovereign citizen? What is that? Because there was nothing to call that 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012. Maybe about 2013, 14, you start hearing this thing talking about sovereign citizen, whatever. What you know what that is? Where are these people getting this stuff from? And why are they trying to pull it on you? And then you're going for it like a big dummy. Like tutoring, fine. Helping people learn, sure, no problem. You can charge for tutoring because that's actually, providing something of yours to someone else who doesn't have it to make them better. So yes, you can charge for that. Better you said $1,000 an hour for tutoring and everything else free. You might have got the pass. But this is, like the Moor said, this is the Walmart right here. There's just stuff on the shelf. Right, status change affidavits. 400. Right? Affidavit of truth and status. And all this. So we always tell you, go to RV Bay Publications. Right? We always tell you, go there. Right? First thing off the top, if you don't do anything else, declare your nationality. Prophet Noble Drew Ali. How many people told you that they don't like Noble Drew Ali? They sold out Noble Drew Ali. They're selling Noble Drew Ali stuff. Oh my God, they're... How much people? How much people hear them talk BS? But they're giving you quotes of him? They're just giving you quotes of him because they're a Moor hater. Really? If you don't do anything else, declare your nationality. Prophet Noble Drew Ali. RV Bay Publications. And when we suggest you live your life accordingly, beginning with your status, as it sets the stage for matters of jurisdiction. And then keep in mind, this is originally posted 5/31/2013. So since 2013, they've been putting it out there for you to know what the first issue is before anything happens. I don't care what you claim is happening. If your status is not in propria persona, if your status is not in your own proper person as a free national being, then you don't have a status. Status is the standing, the state, or the condition being a social position. It is the legal relation of an individual to the rest of the community. Status also relates to the rights, the duties, the capacities, and the incapacities which determine a person to a given class. It is the legal personal relationship, not temporary in its nature, nor terminable at the mere will of the parties, with which third parties and the state are concerned. While the term implies relation, it is not a mere relation. It is a legal relation, and it establishes a state, since it also signifies the condition or circumstances in which one stands in regard to his property. Note, your status sets the stage for the jurisdiction. So when we declare our nationality and say who we are, there's many ways that could be done. There's some that just do it by their will. And they don't need card, papers, and none of that stuff. They're existing and it's working for them, and good for them. At least they know there are more. There's people who say, nationality card, and I don't need anything else, and you're accepting this, or, I don't need you. I'm a Moor. I'm doing you the service of being at you or whatever, using you or whatever. And if I can't get it with my nationality card, then I don't need it. They're the people with paperwork. And we know that when you're talking correction, like we've been telling you, through RV Bay publications, you're going to learn what this Moorish divine and national movement of the world is really about. And the fact that there is a relationship between Moors and these Europeans that are over here. Only them. Anybody else, they don't matter. They don't count. What they say has no benefit to anything happening. They know that we know as Moors that there's an obligation. So because they know that they're colonists and they came here and took people out of their status, you have to be the one to have the consciousness to know that you better correct your status. Because if somebody called you black, they've been playing games with you. So the real correction isn't the status, because you can't touch status. Status is in its own realm. Status is its own thing. Status is its own jurisdiction. So you can't do anything with that. The status is there. What you're supposed to be doing is name correction. Because you realize that names are Christian. And if you're not Christian, we're not talking about, going to church and kumbaya and all that stuff. Right? Names are Christian. So if you have a name, it better be a free national one. The free national name is different than a name. I think it's both of them same name, that there's some relation. So the free national name has to be corrected. It has to be corrected. Because that's how they got us in the status where we don't have rights unless they're given to us. Which, if they're given to us, they're not rights. So people have taken this concept and created it into a package that they can sell you for $400. When this is the same paperwork that they're going to take and alter and use and switch stuff and whatever like that and come up with some new and improved or whatever like that, all based off of this foundation right here, name correction. Right? All of them that you see telling you they got paperwork and it's how much ever 100, guarantee you there's going to be lines of this in that stuff. Guarantee you. Right? Because it's commerce. It's not nationality. Once you put down the finance for it, and the finance isn't meshing with what you're getting for the finance that you paid, then that wasn't birthrights. That wasn't birthrights. Right? Just like Joali said, you can get the Quran at expense because it's, you know what I mean? It's pages. You just copy this. Ain't no big deal. You pay $500 for a Quran. You get this at expense. What it takes to print this is the most that you should pay for this. Right? Same thing with nationality paperwork or name correction. Exact same thing. So when you say when they say status correction, that's a fraud because you can't correct a status. Status exists. All you can do is correct the name. And which is why you see Moors have El Bede Al or Ali at the end of whatever they call themselves. Because that's them claiming their status. And that's not 500. Or that's not 1,500. Once you put that down, you've just removed it from the realm of nationality. And you made it commerce because you paid. They just put the number there. You're the one that sent the thing. They didn't hold you down to take your finance. You gave it up. You gave them 10 G's for some papers that, you know, it didn't even equate to you that, well, I guess I'm going to have to read this or whatever. Whatever they gave you, you just took it and then now you're moving like this is something. You didn't even read the thing? Which again goes back to Roman J. Israel and Law movie, and then Moors really knowing what law really is so that we cannot get played and be the ones to show you to your face the hypocrisy and the lies just to get you away from what this is about. Have you going all the way over there, down there, underneath the thing, through the... What are you doing all that? What are you doing with all that? Look, you can't make this up. And then there's a Denzel in the chat. You can't make this up. Let's go back again. Let's bring it up again. Roman J. Israel movie. Denzel's in the chat. And the Roman J. Israel movie, Noble Drew Ali's on the fridge. And keep in mind, he's the master of name correction because he's the one that told you you're not Negro, black, colored, you're Moors. He already brought you back into your status. All you gotta do is say that you're Moors. That was 1920s. What scripture say? Didn't scripture say the prophet's gonna come and people are gonna look at it and you're right, you're not the damn prophet or whatever, and go back to doing their madness? You think he doesn't know? The operative of the Moor would let you know who they are and where they're at. Right? You go through Denzel movie catalog. He has good catalog. Remember, art imitates life. You think because the movie wasn't real, that this picture is not real? The divine part of my journey started before I knew what a Moor was. Yeah, exactly, because this is divine first. This is divine first. Who told you divine's first before national? All the people going out marching, picketing, doing all this physical stuff, and their divine's messed up. Why do you think this stuff doesn't work? Why do you think they get murdered in the street and all that? Because they don't know what the divine part is. You are one of the handful that's going to be saved. That the divine led you to where you're at right now. Divine led you here. It was already known that you were going to be right here, right now. You just caught up to yourself. Now you're really going to know what's up now. Thought you knew something before. No, you get some of this Drew Ali stuff in you. I really know what a Moor is. Well, you can't get caught up in the divine because you have the body. So the divine is just the activation. The divine is just putting the stuff in, putting the plug in the socket. Now you have to work the whatever, the toaster, the whatever that you plugged in. The divine was just getting the energy. Now you're going to transfer that energy in the body and use it for what divine needs to get done. Jwali's on the fridge. Never forget that there's a Noble Jwali movie. Roman J. Israel. Because obviously the movie is about Noble Jwali if he has Jwali on the fridge. And he's a law guy. And his name's Israel. So, the more haters never debate these people who put out this movie about Noble Jwali. They didn't show you no Walter Brister picture or whatever like that. They didn't show you Walter Brister. They didn't show you the porter guy standing next to a train. People say that's Noble Jwali. They show you a picture with some guy sitting next to Marcus Garvey. People saying that's Noble Jwali. Some guy walking next to Marcus Garvey. Say, oh yeah, that's Noble Jwali walking next to Garvey. The guy's 10 feet tall or whatever like that. Everybody knows Jwali was short. You're playing games with you. Playing games with you, keeping their profit from you. Don't let them do it. Don't allow yourself to be played. Because you're only playing yourself. You know, we keep telling you, J-Roo told you, you're playing yourself. You're playing yourself. You still don't get it? Oh, okay. All right. No problem. You'll get it. You'll learn. Like we say, we know our people like to learn from pain. Pain makes our people learn. Honors to all the Moors worldwide. Honors to the Nabi. The Moor. The Moorish American. The thought of Allah. Honors to Noble Jwali for telling us the truth about our nationality and our birthrights. That we are not Negro, black, colored, or Ethiopian. These are slave brands. And with that, all that stuff was supposed to be buried. And everybody was supposed to be saying that they're Moors now. Which was the name correction. It wasn't 400. Just remember, it wasn't 400. And people talking crazy. Yeah, thanks for reminding me. Thanks for reminding me, Brother Kush. We already know the energy is for the Moors, right? Who are being violated by these colonists in our land. We know all we're going to do is give them strength. Whatever strength that is that we can give them, we're giving it to them. Right? Because we know that this is not something new. These people have been violated. This is what they do. It's just what they do. And our people are the cause of it. Our people who are ignorant of their nationality and birthrights are food. So these people could do what they want to do with Moors. So we give all Moors who are being violated by these criminals, we give these Moors all the strength. We give these Moors the last bit that we have so that they can make it through. Because when the ignorance is so steep in our people, and it's so steep that all they're doing is rolling downhill. It's so steep. When they eventually stop, it's not gonna be fun for them. And they don't even see it coming. So as Moors know that we're instrumental in everything being absolutely destroyed. The little bit that we got, we shouldn't be complaining, thanks to the Moors who are sacrificing life, limb, family, and everything else for their nationality and their birthrights. That doesn't matter what they're standing on their square. Those are the Phoenix Moors. Not these package selling people. The Moors who are sacrificing right now for us to be able to say that we're Moors. Honors to all of them for sacrificing. Supreme honors to them for sacrificing. Supreme honors for them for being in a sacrificial position, tied up like the hog, and still giving honors to their prophet and their nationality. You already know what's up, Moors. Islam to all the Moors worldwide. We already know what's up. Honors to you. Honors to all the mothers. All the mothers. Much respect and honors to you. And again, honors to the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. He's the man. And all the Moors worldwide. Peace and love, Islam.